This is the TOTO SW4736AT40 WASHLET Plus electronic bidet toilet seat. Let me start by describing what it looks like and giving you my quick review based on actually having this in front of me and using it daily. This seat is sleek and modern with a seamless design that covers the toilet bowl nicely and makes my whole bathroom look just a bit fancier. I was pretty excited and a bit nervous when I first got it because I hadn't used an electronic bidet seat before. I worried the installation might be too much for me and whether all these features would be worth it. Let's get into the key features that matter, at least to me as someone who didn't grow up using bidets. The seat is made of sturdy plastic, but it still looks and feels high-end. The elongated shape gives more room and comfort than some of the rounder models I've tried, which is a huge plus when you're actually sitting on it. It feels solid, but not bulky, and the cotton white color matches most bathroom fixtures. The part I was most curious about, the controls, are on this simple pearl white block-style remote. Even if you're not tech-savvy, in my opinion, you can figure it out pretty quickly. The buttons don't have a ton of weird symbols, and they're labeled for things like water temperature, pressure, spray position, and turning on the dryer. From my experience, installation was very doable, even though I was a little anxious because it requires both water and power connections. The seat comes with all the installation hardware you'll need, and the instructions are clear, as long as you go slow and don't rush. The part that took me the most time was making sure the power outlet was accessible from the toilet, so if you don't already have one nearby, you might need an electrician. I did have to call for help to make sure I wouldn't mess up my bathroom wiring, but once that was set up, the actual seat was a breeze to attach. When it comes to daily use, there's a reason so many people rave about these bidet seats online. The WASHLET Plus isn't just about cleaning, it's about comfort and convenience. For me, the biggest plus is the instant and continuous warm water feature. You don't have to wait for the water to heat up. It's warm the whole time you need it. That might seem like a small thing, but in the middle of the night or early in the morning, that's a huge comfort. The spray feature uses something called air-in wonder wave, which just means it infuses air into the water, making the stream feel softer but still effective. You've got options for oscillating and pulsating modes, so you can pick what feels best. Even if you've never used a bidet before, I promise you adapt really quickly, and it's honestly way more comfortable than just using toilet paper. eWater Plus technology is another highlight. That's just a fancy way of saying the toilet seat automates cleaning. The wand that sprays water gets rinsed before and after every use, and the toilet bowl even gets a quick misting before you use it. This helps stop waste from sticking and cuts down on the need for harsh chemical cleaning. That was something I worried about, whether it would be a pain to keep the seats sanitary, but the self-cleaning features give me a lot of peace of mind. The lid is automatic. It opens when you approach and closes when you walk away. That's not just a fancy touch. It really limits how much you have to touch the toilet at all, which I've grown to appreciate more and more. The heated seat is another thing I never knew I needed. I can control the temperature, and it's become hard to go back to a regular cold seat. The warm air dryer actually dries you off, which means I use a lot less toilet paper overall, though I like to keep some on hand as a backup. There's even an air deodorizer built in, which helps keep the bathroom smelling fresher, especially after guests. The remote control is one of my favorite aspects. I thought it would be complicated, but I honestly like how easy it is to hit a button and set things exactly how I want. If you've got a couple people in the house, it stores 2 user presets, so each person can have their own water pressure and temperature ready to go. Whenever I have guests or family over, I have fun showing them the night light feature. It's subtle but really helpful when you don't want to blind yourself with bathroom lights at 3 a.m. On maintenance, I worried it would be a hassle, but it's much easier than I expected. From my experience, the seat slides off with the press of a latch and a button, which makes cleaning behind and underneath way less of a chore. The filter is right by the water hose attachment, and it just pops out so you can rinse it in the sink. I do this every couple of weeks, depending on how much we're using the toilet. The self-cleaning wand and pre-mist take care of most of the work. No special tools or chemicals needed, just regular dish soap and you're good to go. This is one of those moments where I stopped worrying about what if it gets gross over time, because keeping it fresh is genuinely straightforward. There are a couple things I think people should know before picking up the Washlet Plus. The initial cost is a bit steep, and if you're used to a regular seat, it can be hard to justify spending this much. For me, after a few weeks of use, I absolutely think it's worth it, considering the comfort and the fact that my bathroom stays cleaner and feels more modern. The installation's not the easiest DIY if you don't already have an outlet near your toilet, but everything else is pretty straightforward. There's definitely a slight learning curve if you've never tried a bidet before, but honestly, it took maybe a day or two for everything to feel second nature. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants to upgrade their daily bathroom routine and is looking for something that balances technology with comfort. If you have elderly family members or folks who have mobility issues, the automatic lid and hands-free operation are excellent. Even if you just want something that looks good and makes your mornings a little better, this is a solid choice.